Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on problem solving part 5. Looking for a pattern. When solving problems, many strategies are at our disposal. There is no hard and fast rule regarding the type of strategy to be used for any given problem. Over time, the experience we gain will help us to choose the best strategy. Example 1. Find the sum of the following list of numbers. And here they are here. 1 plus 2 plus 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3. The solution. Many problems can be solved once a pattern has been identified. A pattern normally involves some type of repetition. If we look at this problem, it is easy to see that 1 plus 2 plus 3 occurs on 3 separate occasions. So, instead of adding the 9 numbers individually, we can do the following. Now before we do that, this is what I'm talking about. See here, and here, and here, you have exactly the same thing on 3 separate occasions. And we have to add all those up. So, the sum will be 3 times what occurs on 3 occasions. Now, inside the grouping symbols, 1 plus 2 plus 3 gives you 6. 3 6s are 18. So that is a very simple example of how you can use a pattern. Instead of adding those 9 numbers separately, this is a nice way of doing it by finding a pattern. Let's look at the next slide. Problem 2. There were 10 empty containers on a table. If Bill put 4 marbles in the first, 8 marbles in the second, 12 marbles in the third, 16 marbles in the fourth, and so on, how many marbles will Bill place in the 10th container? If we look carefully, the number of marbles placed in each container follows a definite pattern. So, instead of continuing by placing marbles in the containers one at a time till we reach the 10th container, we can see that the pattern is the same as the 4 times tables. See that? Look at that. 4 1s are 4. 4 2s are 8. 4 3s are 12. 4 4s are 16. So container 1 is 4 times 1. Container 2 is 4 2s. 4 3s. 4 4s. So if we continue on with that pattern, see, there, and the clue here, and so on, that means we continue doing the same thing. We get to the 10th container, we have 4 times 10 is 40. And see, we've just found a simple pattern involving the 4 times tables. Let's look at the next slide. Problem 3. In the first week of school, 3 students went to the library on the first day. 5 went on the second day. 8 went on the third day. 13 went on the fourth day. And 21 went on the 5th day. How many went on the 6th day? So here's the information. We have written down the information exactly as was presented up here, and this is what we have. Once again, if we look carefully, there is a pattern that appears after the 2nd day. You can see from here to here not much is happening, but look what's happening here. Day 3 is 8. How do we obtain 8? We add the 5 and the 3 together, and that gives us 8. So day 3 is 3 plus 5. So you just add the 2 previous numbers to get day 3. What about day 4? Exactly the same thing. You add the 5 and the 8 to get day 4. So day 4 is 5 plus 8. Now, what happens when we get to day 5, exactly the same thing. 8 plus 13. That gives you day 5. So basically, in order to get any given day, you add the two numbers before it. In other words, day 6, this is what we're after, all we do is take those two numbers there, the 13 and the 21, because they're the two numbers before it, add 13 plus 21, and that gives you 34. So there is another way of solving a problem by finding a pattern.